One of the more special places I visited during all my trips in the last few years was Greenland. I figured it would be a good place to send an AirTag. My target is this post office in Ilulissat, where I took this picture in 2017. The trip of this AirTag had a rather interesting twist upon arrival. Just some quick facts about Greenland before we get started. Greenland is by far the largest island in the world and part of the Kingdom of Denmark. The whole population of Greenland is just over 56,000 people, and my target to send the AirTag is the third town in Greenland, named Ilulissat. Ilulissat is on the west coast of Greenland, about an hour flying from its capital Nuuk. Ilulissat is also known for its beautiful ice fjords and magic scenery. About 44% of Greenlandic people have an iOS mobile device, so this would give me a fairly good chance of the AirTag being locatable. Internet, however, is crazy expensive in Greenland, at 359 Danish krones for just 5 gigabytes. This calculates to about 48 euros or 59 US dollars. Another interesting fact is that Greenland has no roads between its towns. All transport is done by boat or by plane. Air Greenland is running an efficient network of flights. So my first challenge is where to send it, since I actually don't know anybody in Greenland. Greenland is part of the Universal Postal Union. This international organization has a playbook. It's called Convention Manual, and in it says, all items should be returned to sender if they cannot be delivered. Great, so I started looking at the Ilulissat map for street names. After all, I want the address to look somewhat real. I noticed many streets end with ak. A quick Google search turned out that ak is short for Akusinek, which means street in Greenlandic. So I made up a bogus address to a Mr. T. Cook in Ilulissat, and we are ready to mail it out. After dropping the AirTag in the mail, the first part of the trip was very predictable. It sat at the mailbox for a few hours. After it was picked up, I got a few updates along the way of another mail sorting center, some pings at the highway, and eventually it ended up in a mail facility in The Hague. It ended up spending 7 days there.
Boring!
Then suddenly it seemed to have taken an overland route to Tastrup, a western suburb of Copenhagen. After spending about 2 days there, the AirTag showed up at the airport of Copenhagen. Great, now we're going places. On May 28, I could see the AirTag moving around the airport, and it took the 9 a.m. flight from Copenhagen to Kangerlussuaq in Greenland. After tracking the flight on flight radar, I could see it landed in Kangerlussuaq, and it took just 10 minutes after that before I got my first ping from Greenland. The efficient Greenlandic transport system got into action now, and after just spending an hour in Kangerlussuaq, the AirTag was already on the plane again to Ilulissat. I got another ping from Ilulissat Airport just 5 minutes after the plane landed, and another 30 minutes later, the AirTag was already downtown Ilulissat at the post office. They certainly don't waste time there. So my AirTag spent about an hour at the post office, and then something interesting happened. The envelope got opened. How did I know that the envelope got opened? Inside the envelope, I put a small printed note saying basically, if you find this AirTag, please return it to this and this address. If you want more information, please scan the QR code below. This QR code contained a Grabify URL. When somebody clicks on a Grabify URL, I will get an email that somebody clicked the URL. And at 7:15 in the evening, I got that notification. It seems like somebody who scanned the QR code was using a Samsung Galaxy S10 phone, and he was using the Tele Greenland network at the post office. Since the QR code got scanned, the AirTag is still sending updates from this location. Every few hours I get an update. I can only assume they are holding it in case somebody would drop by and ask about his AirTag. If you see this video and live in Ilulissat, feel free to drop by the post office and ask them to return it to sender. I would like to have my AirTag back. I got a couple more AirTags traveling around the world with the help of the community that watch these videos. You can see near-live location updates at travelbyenvelope.com. If you would like to help by relaying an AirTag, please email me at airtagalex@gmail.com.